designed to help every shooter suck less.
This is brought to you by MantisX. MantisX is an awesome device. MantisX helps you improve your shot. You put it on your pistol and it senses little motions. It works with dry firing and also live rounds. It gives you live feedback right to your smartphone, so you know if you're pulling left or right and how to fix that. If you're anticipating the recoil, if you're yanking the trigger too hard, it will let you know all that stuff. And they have a really cool product coming out called the Blackbeard. The Blackbeard is, it's awesome. Basically, it lets you train with your AR without firing rounds. Right now, ammo is really hard to get, so this lets you train without expending rounds. Basically, what it does, it replaces your bolt carrier and charging handle, and it resets the trigger. And there's a little laser in there. There's 3 different types: green laser, red laser, and IR laser. And there's a little laser, so every time you pull the trigger, it puts a little laser out. It works in conjunction with some other laser tracking shot devices, which is really, really cool. But with the ammo shortage right now, this is probably the best we're going to get until we get more ammo. The trigger resets every time, same trigger pull weight and everything, so it feels just like you're pulling the trigger. It's really awesome. Check them out. MantisX. You can find them at MantisX.com.
MantisX is a tool. It's not a toy, it's a tool, and it's really designed to help every shooter suck less. So whatever that threshold is for how you want to improve or maybe not get worse, Mantis is there to help out. So shooting is a perishable skill. It's not complicated, but it can be difficult, and Mantis is really there to assist you. So that's kind of the core ethos of what we do. What MantisX is at its core is this little tiny sensor, this little motion sensor. Has precision gyroscope, accelerometer, magnetometer on there, and attaches to the rail of your firearm, or an adapter that we have that puts a Picatinny rail there, and it analyzes the movement patterns while you're shooting. And it gives you all this feedback over Bluetooth to an app on the smartphone or tablet that tells you what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, how you can correct what you're doing wrong. It gives you that real-time feedback that really helps the subneural pathways in your brain make connections and learnings that you couldn't otherwise make quite as efficiently. Now, could you become a proficient shooter without whiz-bang technology? Absolutely. Can whiz-bang technology help you accelerate the pace at which you learn to shoot? Absolutely. So that's what we're talking about today, and that's a quick overview of how the product itself works. We came out with a product 5 years ago. The first version, we launched in Gen 2 last year. A few different versions, anywhere from dry fire only to live fire and dry fire, as well as pistols, rifles, shotguns. We launched a version for archery as well earlier this year. So a lot in basically motion analytics and improving shooting technique across all platforms. That's what we do.
Now, what is your background? That's one of the things that I wondered to come up with something like this.
Great question.
Very technical. It's not something that I'm a gun guy and I just decided to do this.
Yeah. So let me say I'm part of a team. I'm not the smartest guy in the room, so I'm not the brains behind how this thing works. The idea came from a bunch of us talking about it while we were out shooting one day and saying, you know what, we wish we could get really some objective quantitative feedback on our shooting, not just this subjective, I kind of felt like this, or maybe it did that. Like, takes out the guesswork. We want hard data. Technology can measure this. We wanted that data for ourselves and analytics for ourselves. And so we built it. Now, we say we, like I had ideas, but in terms of the technological expertise, we got engineers that are super smart that do all the really important work. I have an electrical engineering background in school and education. That does not mean I'm any good at doing it in real life, but I can understand enough pieces of it to kind of talk about options, possibilities, things that are working, things that aren't. So that's my background, really more of a generalist now, jack of all trades, master of none. So kind of do whatever needs to be done at the company. Part of the founding team. Yeah, day to day is very, very different, but at the core, we're a technology driven company. So most of our employees are engineers. We have one marketing guy, And again, but we're all about just building a great product that works for us first and foremost, and then we put it out there on the market.